She's the former State Department spokesperson and joins us now. Morgan, great to see you. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Sandra.
All right, so what does this meeting tell you about what we may soon see happen as far as a take two on a deal?
Yeah, Sandra, this is an incredibly serious and delicate situation, and I don't think most people are paying attention right now, and they should, because if the United States goes back into this deal in the way in which they may be doing now, they would go back in giving sanctions relief to the Iranians. And you have to remember, Secretary Blinken, whenever he testified before the Congress, he said he was going to push the Iranians for a longer deal, a stronger deal. It's something Rob Malley, their Iran envoy, has talked about. So essentially what you're seeing today is the Iranian spokesperson for their government is saying that these talks, these negotiations represent a victory by Iran over the United States. They're claiming that the United States is going to have to renew, to take away these sanctions. And I think it's an incredibly dangerous situation. The Congress has not been briefed on this. The Congress, in fact, was briefed the opposite, that we would be pushing for a tougher deal, for a stronger deal. And while Congress is on Easter break, it looks like the Biden administration is in Vienna giving away, once again, all our leverage to the #1 world's leading sponsor of terrorism. That's what they're doing this week.
That's a big statement. And former four-star General Jack Keane had a similar warning about what we're seeing from this administration. Listen.
We have senators, the likes of which Senator Schumer, Senator Cardin, Senator Mendez, who are all opposed to the original deal. They want this deal strengthened. The administration doesn't appear, Dana, to be of a mind to do that now. This administration has potential to commit a serious strategic blunder.
That is quite a warning, quite an observation by the former general.
Yeah, and I think what's really important to note, and I could not agree more with General Keane, the signatories of the JCPOA are in Vienna, and that includes Russia and China. So you have no Arab allies there, the ones that are being attacked on almost a daily and weekly basis by Iranian militias. They're not present. Israel isn't present. Netanyahu and others are trying to form a government. Our U.S. Congress is away on Easter break, and all of this stuff is happening. And I don't know if the Biden administration thinks that no one is paying attention. But it's incredibly serious, because the Central Bank of Iran, for example, is sanctioned for providing money to these proxies. The IRGC of Iran, their Quds force, has been designated as a terrorist entity. You have sanctions on Iranians for interfering in our elections. Is the Biden administration going to get rid of all of these? And if this is how the Biden administration negotiates with the Iranian regime, how in the world are they going to stand up to the Chinese Communist Party, who Russia and China are there? They're signatories to the JCPOA, so they are there watching this. They're watching American capitulation in real time.
Finally, Morgan, how would you characterize the escalation as far as the rhetoric that we've heard and seen on the part of Iran since Biden took office?
Well, all you have to do is look at their words today, right? Just as we talked about at the beginning, it's a great question, Sandra. They are saying that this is a victory over the United States. They are saying to the world that we refuse to meet with the Americans in Vienna. They're not meeting with us one-on-one. They're meeting with us through proxies, and we're begging to get back into a deal which will give Iran the ability to get to a nuclear weapon in 9 years. The IAEA said today that there's 133 new nuclear advancements by the regime in Iran. So the whole world is aware of what the Iranians are trying to do. And for the life of me, I don't understand what this Biden administration is doing. We handed them, the Trump administration, under Mike Pompeo, through our maximum economic pressure campaign, we have handed them all the leverage in the world. And for them to squander it in front of the Russians, in front of the Chinese, I mean, what a joke.
Very interesting analysis. Morgan Ortagus, good to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandra.
And John, you